Hello VC, what's going on? It's me, Will, and I'm back again, this time to do my yearly countdown of my top 10 albums of 2019 video. And yeah, this has become almost a tradition for me to do my favorite albums of the year video at the end of the year. I think I've been doing this for the last 5 years, I think, at least since I joined the VC. And it's always been my favorite video to make of the year because it's just really fun to go back or go through the year and remember how much great new music was released in the year. And I've also really been enjoying your videos, everybody out there in the VC that have made a countdown video of their favorite albums of the year. I've discovered some great new music through the VC, so thanks to everybody that has made a lot of videos or have made videos in 2019. You guys have some great taste in music, and it's great to see that the VC is still running strong after so many years. But anyways, yes, this is gonna be my top 10 albums of 2019 video. As usual, I'm gonna give you some needle drops of some of my favorite records as well, as much as I can, at least following the YouTube rules. But before getting started, I wanted to give my list of honorable mentions, or these are the records that I really enjoyed in 2019, but quite didn't make it to my top 10. And I know I could probably make a top 20 or a top 15, but I usually like to keep my lists short and sweet, just top 10, plus a handful of honorable mentions that are still worth checking out. So yeah, I'm gonna list my honorable mentions right here in a running list here in the video in case you want to check them out. Starting off with the Get Up Kids, the pop-punk band from Kansas, came back strong this year with a fantastic pop-punk record. Very catchy music coming from the Get Up Kids. Their new album is called Problems. Also, Taco Cat came back this year with a fantastic new indie rock album called This Mess Is a Place. I love the title of that album. I love everything about this record. Check them out, Taco Cat with This Mess Is a Place. Also in my honorable mentions list is Dude York, a fairly new band, came in this year with a really great new record called Falling, which also has one of my favorite songs of the year that is also called Falling. Check them out. Red Cross came back in 2019 with a fantastic rock album called Beyond the Door. It's crazy to think that Red Cross is still running in 2019. Fantastic new album by Red Cross as well. And speaking of older bands, Sebado, the alternative rock band, came back also this year with Act Surprised. And I got to see them live this year, and they were really, really good. Lou Barlow and the gang, they did a great job with Act Surprised. And finally, my last album in my honorable mention list is the new album by Australian punk rock band Emil and the Sniffers. Check out this band, they're really good. Fast, aggressive punk rock music. They came up with a fantastic new album it's a self-titled new album, Emil and the Sniffers. And this one barely made it out of the top 10. If I was going to make a top 15 or a top 20, this one would definitely be in the top 11, or in the number 11. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with my top 10 of the year. And starting off with the number 10 is the new album by the Silversun Pickups. The alternative rock band came back strong again this year with the new album called Widow's Weeds. And this one came out obviously in 2019 from New Machine Recordings. I got this one on CD, as I show you in one of my last few videos. And the Silversun Pickups are a band that kind of quietly have been releasing some really great new music in the last few years because they haven't really been touring that much, or they haven't been doing that much marketing or promotion on their new records. But the new albums have been really, really good. I've really been enjoying it. Very in the style of the Silversun Pickups, very moody, very haunting vocals. It definitely sounds like a Silversun Pickups record. Alright, coming up at number 9 of my top 10 albums of the year. Number 9 belongs to the new record from The Paranoids. This is a fairly new band from California, and they released a great new record called Carnage Bargain, and it came out in 2019 from Suicide Squeeze Records. And I did not know much about this band before I went to see them live. This year they opened for Bleached, which also released a great new record in 2019. And I was just so impressed about their music that I had to pick up this record. Punk rock music combined with a lot of garage rock, very dirty sounding garage rock. But their style of punk rock is very unique in a way that they combine lots of different elements of rock and roll music. They have a keyboard player in the band, so they definitely have a unique sound compared to other punk rock bands out there. But anyways, a great new music from the Paranoids. I really look forward to checking out some new music in the future from this young band as well. They come in at number 9. Alright, coming up at number 8 is the new record from rock and roll band Ex-Hex. They came back strong this year in 2019 with their new record called It's Real. And it came out on Merge Records. And I would say that if you're into very guitar-driven rock and roll music, you will definitely like the music from Ex-Hex. They have some really great guitar riffs, some awesome guitar solos, but they're also really good at coming up with very catchy and melodic songs from those guitars and the vocals that they provide. They're really excellent, and I got a chance to see them live this year. I got it signed also by Mary Timony, one of the singers and guitar players of the band. And if you get a chance to see them live, do not miss them because they're really, really awesome. They put up a really awesome show. But anyways, coming up at number 8 is Ex-Hex. Alright, coming in at number 7, it's an artist that has been really on a roll for the last few years, and I'm talking about Juliana Hatfield with her new record called Weird, and it came out on American Laundromat Recordings. Very catchy, very in the Juliana Hatfield style of guitar music or guitar rock music, very melodic as well, but really what caught my attention the most about this record are the lyrics. Very clever lyrics in a way that they're very also very self-deprecating in a way. You can tell that Juliana is in a period in her life where she's just fine being untraditional and about being strange and about being weird, as the name of the title of the album implies. She's fine just living an untraditional life. And you can tell that from the lyrics from this record. Lots of great lyrics about relationships with her loved ones, with her family members. Overall, a fantastic new record from Juliana Hatfield coming in at number 7.
Spray perfume on my sternum, it mixes with my sweat. Alright, yeah, alright, yeah, alright, yeah, alright, yeah, minimum, medium, maximum, cool.
Alright, coming in at number 6, it's another artist that has been really on a roll and on a very good mood lately. I'm talking about Bob Mould, and the legendary singer from Husker Du came back again in 2019 with another solo album called Sunshine Rock. And I was actually surprised that he came back with another album this year, because he has been releasing lots of solo albums in the last, I think, 3 years. Almost every year he has been releasing an album, and I thought he was going to take a break after the third one on Merge Records. But no, he came back with another strong record this year in 2019. Sunshine Rock from Merge Records. And this one is a little bit different compared to the previous albums or the previous Bob Mould solo albums that came out on Merge Records. The lyrics are a little bit more positive, like the title of the album implies, Sunshine Rock. He has some track names like Sunshine Rock and Sunny Love Song. You can tell that he's definitely in a better mood compared to his previous records. And the music and the lyrics really tell the whole story. As in all the other Bob Mould albums, it's all about the guitars as well. The guitar riffs are really powerful, fast rock music, just like how I like it. So make sure you check out the number 6 in my list, Bob Mould with Sunshine Rock. Alright, coming in at number 5 in my top 10 albums of 2019 is what I believe is the surprise release of 2019, at least in the indie rock world. And I'm talking about the latest collaboration from Conor Oberst and Phoebe Bridgers. They created a new band called Better Oblivion Community Center, and this is their self-titled debut album on Dead Oceans Records. This album came out early in 2019. I remember when it came out, I put it high up in my list, I think number 1 and number 2. But then later, as some other albums came out, I slowly went down to number 5. But either way, it's a fantastic record from Conor Oberst and Phoebe Bridgers. A very melodic, very, I would say, very melancholic kind of sound coming in from the two of them. But what I love the most about this record is the way that both of their voices combine to create a very powerful music with both of them together. I think if either one of them would have come up with an album like this just by themselves, it wouldn't be as powerful as it is with both of them combined in Better Oblivion Community Center. In particular, I really love the songs where both of them sing at the same time, which creates a fantastic sound, in my opinion.
My footsteps on the pavement start for entertainment, for seasons a revolving door. So sick of being honest, I'll die like Dylan Thomas, a seizure on the barroom floor. I'm getting green with this pride.
Alright, coming in at number 4 is the newest album from one of my favorite bands of all time. And if you watch my videos, you know that I've been really enjoying the last few records by this band. I'm talking about the Pixies with their newest album called Beneath the Eyrie that came out as a self-release from Pixies Recordings. Like I said, I've been really enjoying the last few albums from the reunited Pixies after their reunion in 2004. They have released 3 albums. I've been enjoying the 3 of them very much. I think the 3 of them made it to my top 10 albums of the year when they were released. This one is no exception. I rank it high in my list. It's one of the strongest ones of the 3. Very powerful record. I think that the addition of Paslan Chanting, the new bass player, replacing Kim Deal, the original bass player of the Pixies, I think that has helped the band a lot when it comes to the new music compared to the last 2 albums or the 2 albums after the reunion. I think this one is much improved from the last 2 albums. Excellent new record by the Pixies. If you check out something from this record, check out the song Graveyard Hill. In my opinion, it's an excellent Pixies song, very much in the Pixies style of music, and it doesn't sound like the Pixies are just trying to recreate the older Pixies from back in the day, from the classic first 4 albums. It just sounds like they're just trying to make great new music. That's it. Alright, let's move on to my top 3 albums of 2019, and coming in at number 3, yes, it's the new album by Bleached, an excellent record by Bleached. I always get excited when Bleached comes up with a new record because their albums are all great, very unique, very creative as well. It seems like all of them have a unique style or a unique theme at least, and this one is no exception. This one's called Don't You Think You've Had Enough, and it came out on Dead Oceans Records. This record is excellent, right up my alley. Pop-punk music combined with a lot more pop elements, I would say, but in a good way. They do it especially very well in a song in the single from the album called Hard to Kill. You can definitely tell that they're leaning a little bit more towards the pop sound compared to their roots as the pop sounds, pop punk songs. This is a great summer album. I think this one also came out during the summer, so it was really fun to listen when the weather is nice outside and you can just blast the songs out there, really loud, really fun to listen to. Overall, a great great record by Bleached.
All the cities that we burned down, turns out I'm very hard to kill. After all the damage we've done, turns out I'm very hard to kill.
Alright, moving on to number 2 of my top 10 albums of 2019. This is an artist that I was honestly not very familiar with before I checked out this record, or before I went to see him live. I checked out his music, and this record became one of my favorites of the year, obviously making it my number 2 of 2019, and I'm talking about Mike Krol. And this is his newest album called Power Chords, and it came out on Merch Records also in 2019. I picked it up on CD only at the show, when I should have really got it on vinyl. Maybe I'll get it in the future. But I also got it signed when he played live here in Atlanta. And if you get a chance to see him live, do not miss him, because he plays a very unique and interesting show when he plays live. But anyways, Mike Krol with Power Chords, excellent new music coming in from him. It's kind of hard to describe in a way that it's a very good mix in between punk rock and indie rock music. I would say that it leans a little bit more punkier than indie rock, because he has a lot of fast guitars and very traditional to the punk style. He just blasts through all the songs. It doesn't have that many songs. I think there's only like 10 or 11 songs, but it's a very quick listen. I think you can listen to it in less than half an hour. Very fast, very powerful. The guitars are excellent. The guitar riffs are really fun. Yeah, I highly recommend it. I rank it high on my list. I think it spent a lot of time as a number 1 when it came out in my list, but then when another record came out near the end of the year, it bumped it down to number 2. But anyways, an excellent record to check out. Another fun and fast album to listen to during the summer. If you check out something by him, check out the song called From this record, check out the song called An Ambulance, which in my opinion it explains very well Mike Krol's style in music, which might take a few listens to really get into, but once you listen to it a few times, you can really appreciate the genius in his music, in my opinion. It's really, really fun to listen to. Again, Mike Krol coming in at number 2 with Power Chords. Alright, then lastly, this is my number 1 album of 2019, and this is a very special record for me because it comes from a band that is it's been one of my favorite bands of all time for a very long time. I really started listening to them since high school, and I identified with their music quite a bit. I've been almost growing up. I grew up listening to their music, and they never disappointed me. They always came up with great albums, and they released their last and final album in 2019. I'm talking about, of course, the legendary The Muffs from California. They released their last album called No Holiday in 2019 from Omnivore Recordings, and I say that it's the last album because tragically Kim Shattuck, the lead singer and guitar player of The Muffs, died a few months ago from complications from ALS, which is an illness that not many people knew about. I think only close family or family members and close friends knew about her illness. But anyways, the Muffs were working on this record for quite a bit, using some of the old demos that Kim had recorded back in the day, some of her old songs, some of her old lyrics, and they came out with a track list of 18 songs for this record. And all these 18 songs are excellent. In my opinion, a near perfect record from the Muffs. And I'm not saying it just because it's a special album for me, because of the melancholy from Kim dying. I'm really saying this because it's an excellent album. Might be their best overall effort from the Muffs. You get everything that you get from the Muffs from what they have been giving us in the last few decades. You get the fast, angry songs from Kim, screaming at with her traditional growl. You get some of the slower songs that they have been doing in their more recent albums from, for example, from Really Really Happy from 2004. A lot of songs about being happy, about being in a good place in life. And I can't help to notice that a lot of the fans have been saying that this is a sad album, that they get sad when they listen to this record because of the fact that Kim died. This is not a sad record, and trust me, I'm a huge fan of the Muffs, and I'm very sad that Kim died. But this is not a sad album. This is a very, very happy album. This comes from a point of life where Kim, or a point of view of Kim being in a happy side of life. The songs, I think, that were written before her diagnosis of ALS. And you can tell that she was very happy when she wrote those lyrics. There's a beautiful, beautiful ballad called The Best, which is a song about her husband, where she just says that this guy is the best. He's the best husband. He's the best guy, and she loves him very much. It's just a beautiful, beautiful song. But yeah, the whole album is full of songs like that. Lots of personal songs about her life experiences, songs about her family members, about her loved ones. If you check out some of this record, give it a shot. Listen to the whole record. But if you can't, recommend that you check out the single from this record. Is a song called "A Lovely Day, Boo Hoo," a very melancholic and slower type of song. "Down, Down, Down" is a very classic Muff song, kind of like in a faster paced kind of tune. Like I said, the one that I mentioned before, "The Best." "Lucky Charm" is an excellent song. I think I'm gonna give you a needle drop of that song, "Lucky Charm." Very traditional type of Kim Shattuck type of lyrics, very optimistic, very fun lyrics to listen to, and an overall great, catchy, melodic, fun to listen to. Overall, a fantastic record for the Muffs. Perfect ending for the Muffs, like the picture and the cover implies. Excellent farewell record coming in from Kim, Ronnie, and Roy.
I look around, the red and green, and blue and brown. I'm so lucky, without a care. And maybe once, or maybe twice, I look at you, and you're so nice. You're my lucky charm. You should be in the movies.
Alright, so that's it. That's my list of my top 10 albums of 2019, with my number one being, hands down, being the new Muffs record. Excellent new record from the Muffs called No Holiday. So yeah, that's it. VC for me for 2019. I'm glad to be part of the VC still in 2019, and of course I will be a part of the VC next year in 2020. I'm really excited about next year. I'm trying to make more videos in the next year, so bear with me with uploading new content. But thank you everybody for all your watching, everybody that watches my videos, that comments, that likes and subscribes. I really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll see you next year. Have a happy new year and take care. Bye bye.